The old tailor rolled up his sleeves, unexpectedly revealing arms covered in tattoos. His eyes betrayed a quiet madness beneath his calm demeanor, completely at odds with his usual gentle nature. Across from him, the battered gangster stared back in disbelief. Just who was this tailor really working for? 2 years earlier, an elderly tailor had moved to the small town. With his mild temperament, reasonable prices, and excellent craftsmanship, he quickly won over the locals. Ironically, his biggest supporters turned out to be a ruthless gang. Seeing him as just a harmless shopkeeper who kept to himself, they installed a mailbox in his store to use as a drop point for information. Whenever gang members discussed business in his shop, they would send the tailor out. Not only did he never complain, but he'd quietly close the door behind him. Until one night, when a gang enforcer suddenly showed up with the boss's wounded son. The young man had been shot in the abdomen, and police sirens could be heard racing by outside, clearly searching for them. The old man quietly mentioned he didn't want any trouble, but the enforcer responded with a punch to his face. The tailor reluctantly let them in. While the boss's son writhed in pain, the enforcer produced a briefcase and warned the tailor, "There are 3,000 cops and 2,000 gangsters looking for this case right now. If they find it here, you're dead too." He set the briefcase aside and stepped into the outer room to call his boss.
The tailor eyed the gun at the young gangsters weist, hesitating.
He could grab it and take care of both intruders, but ultimately decided against it for the sake of his own plans. When the enforcer returned, he informed the young man that his father would arrive at the shop soon. Concerned, the tailor pointed out that the wound was still bleeding heavily. The young man needed immediate hospital treatment or he would bleed to death. Obviously, a hospital wasn't an option under the circumstances. After some heated debate, the tailor reluctantly took out his needle and thread and began stitching up the wound. Without anesthesia, the boss's son quickly passed out from the pain. After finishing, the enforcer placed the briefcase in the shop and prepared to leave briefly. The tailor urged him to take the case with him, saying he wanted nothing to do with something both the police and rival gangs were after. The enforcer opened the case, revealing a tape inside. He explained there was a mole in their organization who had secretly recorded evidence of their crimes and collaborated with the police. Thankfully, they had contacts within the police department who had intercepted and copied the tape for them. Now both the police and their rivals, the LaFontaine family, were hunting for this recording because it could completely destroy the Boyle family's operation. The enforcer emphasized that from the moment they entered the tailor shop, everyone's fate had become intertwined. He needed to find equipment to play the tape so he could identify the traitor. After the enforcer left, the old tailor lit a cigarette and opened the case, deep in thought. Due to copyright restrictions, the movie can only be shown to this point. The film is called The Outfit.